I like ceramic watches. I don't much like skeletonized dials. Like ceramic? Don't like skeletonized. This should be interesting. A few weeks ago, Formex announced its first fully ceramic watch. The brand has used ceramic before in bezels and bezel inserts, but never a ceramic case and certainly not a ceramic bracelet. If I'm wrong about that, I know some of you will correct me. You're so good at pointing out when I'm wrong. But no, I'm pretty sure this is a first for Formex, and this watch is to celebrate the brand's 25th anniversary. That's right, 25. So while Formex is often mentioned along with other younger, smaller watch brands, it's been around since before the word micro brand existed, and hopefully it'll be around long after that because we need to stop using that term. And there's another first here. On this watch is the first ever ceramic bracelet and clasp with a quick adjust system. So that's another thing to add to my list. I like ceramic watches and I love a good on-the-fly adjustment system. So the points are starting to add up. Let's see what the judges have to say, and I guess that's me. There are 4 watches that make up the Essence Ceramica collection. The GT that I have here, and 3 Stradale watches. Those are car things, GT and Stradale. I had to look that up. All of the watches in the collection are limited to 88 pieces. These Stradale watches, and yes, that's how I'm pronouncing the word because it's Italian, those will sell for $4,250, and the GT will sell for more, for $4,390. The reason for the difference in price is that the GT has a more detailed outer dial. It's almost just a chapter ring. It's made of a couple pieces rather than one piece. It's more intricate and has more depth. Not that you really need or might want more depth and visual complication on the front of these watches though. All the Essence Ceramica watches are 41mm across, 11.2mm thick, and 46.4mm long. They have 100 meters of water resistance and screw-down crowns, and on the full bracelets, the watches weigh about 135 grams. They're all powered by Cost Chronometer certified Sellita SW200-1 movements. Pre-orders are happening now, and the watches are expected to ship by August. Now, let's talk about this wrapped around my 7 inches. It's pretty great. The dimensions of the case look and feel really good to me. I get that some people might want this to be smaller than 41mm, but because it's only 46.4mm long and 11.2mm thick, I think this might wear great on wrists as small as 6 inches around. And the weight, about 135 grams, less if you've taken some links out. It's not light, but it's lighter. Lighter than what? Lighter than steel, for sure. A 41mm steel sports watch like this would usually weigh between 150 and 170 grams, so the Formex is somewhere around 15% lighter. It's not going to change your life, but it's noticeable, like my humor. And adding to that comfort is the first of its kindness that's showing up on this ceramic bracelet. The first quick adjust system on a ceramic bracelet, or ceramic clasp, I'm actually not sure. That's a lot of qualifiers, but it shouldn't take away from the fact that this is pretty cool. On the outside of the clasp is a button that slides and allows you to lengthen the bracelet by up to 5.5mm using 5 different settings. And you don't need to take the watch off to shorten the bracelet because it ratchets tighter. I love that. This thing is great. It works how it's supposed to and it works well. The whole bracelet clasp situation is really impressive, and not just because of the adjustment system, but because of ceramic. So why do I like ceramic? I like it because it's extremely scratch resistant, and I like it because it can give a totally different look than any metal can. And yes, you can coat a metal watch with black DLC or PVD, but you can't really get these kind of finishings on DLC or PVD, and with those treatments, there's still a risk of scratches and even the coating chipping off. It's been great to see ceramic become more common in watchmaking. Now you can find ceramic cases and even bracelets on mechanical watches for under $2,000. But those watches and bracelets, they don't look like this Formex. The finishing on the bracelet and the case of this watch is kind of amazing for being ceramic and being this price. The brushing is super fine, the polishing is mirror perfect, and the transition between the two finishings is as crisp as the wrinkles on my shirt. I did some looking around, and I haven't seen ceramic finish this well on any watch at even twice the price of this one. One that's just under twice the price of this is the Bell & Ross BR05 Black Ceramic, and it's good, but it's not as nicely finished as the Formex. It doesn't have the same polished chamfers as the ceramic on the Formex, and the Bell & Ross is $3,000 more. Now, even though the finishing is impressive, that doesn't mean you're gonna like how this looks. The polished angles can give this watch a lot of sparkle, which maybe you're not into. I am not. But it's like rap music for me. I can't get into it, but damn, I do respect it, and don't try to get me into rap hop music. Many have tried, few have survived. Going back to the case, this one has Formex's patented case suspension system, and it's been slightly reworked for this watch to work better with a ceramic. I don't know about this suspension system. I'm skeptical that it does anything to protect the movement from shock or that it adds any comfort, but it is patented and no other brand does it. So anyway, let's talk about the skeletonized dial. The reason I usually don't care for skeletonized dials is because they are usually hard for me to read, but this one has the same problem for me. I can read it if I really have to. Sometimes it helps to angle the watch a bit, but it just takes me an extra beat to find the hands. Now the trade-off here is that seeing the movement from the front of the watch is great. On the backs of watches, I am pro display back or exhibition case back or whatever you want to call it, because if I'm going to own a finicky mechanical watch, I want to be able to see the engineering miracle that is the movement. I want to be able to see it and show it off to normies in the hopes that they'll find me interesting. Now that hasn't worked yet, but I should try harder, that's what I should do. So I like seeing the movements in watches, and maybe you do too, and maybe a skeletonized dial is right for you and your future friends. Jokes aside, people are actually really impressed by skeletonized dials and exhibition case backs, and you really might bring some of them to the dark side by showing them a watch like this, even if they can't read the time that easily. Ironically, I find this watch most legible in low light with the lume glowing. The lume on this is very strong. It surprised me the first time I took it inside from the sunlight. This is Super Luminova BGW9 Grade A. Like I said earlier, the Sellita SW200-1 is certified as a chronometer by COSC, which means it'll be at least as accurate as -4 to +6 seconds per day. And it'll come with the results from the testing of the actual movement in your watch at different positions and temperatures. So you can frame this and hang it on the wall right next to your diploma and your holiday photos. Your family will thank you. So the price. $4,390. I know. You're paying for ceramic here, and I know that because Formex sells steel chronometer Essence watches for under $2,000. So the ceramic and maybe the fact that there will only be 88 of each of these made, and the skeletonized dial. And my suggestion is, if you don't like the price, maybe don't buy the watch. I'm just dropping wisdom here, like exactly you don't want to do to a ceramic watch because it might actually shatter. That's true. People are constantly asking me if a certain watch is worth it. And if you've been watching my videos, first, my condolences, but also you should know by now that a watch is worth it if you like it enough. This is a very cool watch, and like I said earlier, I haven't seen ceramic finish this well on watches at even twice the price of this one. And it's a limited edition, and the adjustment system is really good, so definitely, yes, it's worth the price if you like the watch, and you have the money, and you're not expecting people to think you're cool for owning this. I mean, I might think you're cool, but I'm not people.